What's happening, everybody? It's Joseph R. Wheeler III. Just found the president of the ONYXCON Foundation. Going through wardrobe right now, you know what I'm saying? I went through hair, don't need no makeup, you know what I'm saying? Got the shave on, got it lined up and everything for the holiday, you know what I'm saying? I just got to keep redoing it in the next few days. What's the day? Tuesday, so then Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah. On the day, I'll freshen it up again for Christmas, you know what I mean? Then right there before New Year's, hit it up again, get that baldy shined up, get that line up on the beard and everything, get it looking like it's supposed to look, how it's supposed to be, how it got to come through, you know what I'm saying? It's nice, it's nice, it's nice. How you doing, ladies? How you doing, ladies? Shout out to the ladies, all right? Number one in my world. Always, please believe it. Shout out to the ladies. Gentlemen, how y'all doing? Everybody good? Everybody holding together, getting through these holidays? Yeah, just gonna get on here and chat it up with y'all like I always do, you know what I'm saying? I gave myself a Christmas gift the other night. It's funny, I'm not an impulse buyer most of the time. I ain't gonna say I've never done it, I have, but it's rare. Excuse me, I can almost count on my hand, like one hand, the times. I remember that time where I said, whatever, I gotta do it. You know, like you know you ain't got the money, but you did it anyway. Yeah, that's impulse. That's impulse buying, and I don't do a lot of that because I can't afford to. But I'm also here on this earth for a life, right? And life ain't living unless you're living it, right? And the things we do that make us happy, the times we have that make us happy, most importantly, the times, the moments, the people and places and times and moments we can share with the rest of nature, or with other people, because we're all part of nature, you know what I'm saying? Those are the best, to me. Can't speak for nobody else. I don't know how everybody else think about it. I just know how I think about it. That's the best of life right there. I will never understand this. Look, I just got a thumbs up. Whoever you are, thank you. And then, okay, now it shows somebody looking. But I don't understand how it'll be like, it'll say thumbs up, and then it'll go to 0. So I know somebody's looking, and then it's like, well who, what, huh? So, yo, thank you, if that's you that's looking right now. Appreciate you. Because I never know when it happens, when that goes to 0 like that. Like, it must be some weird glitch. I don't understand it. Maybe they're driving like I am, and it messes up their signal. They're still looking, but it doesn't show that they're looking, and then the signal comes back in, and it's like, okay, they're there. Okay, whatever. I don't know. I know it's weird as hell when that happens, and it always throws me off when I notice it. But anyway. So I had this moment, right? It was not an impulse buy. It could have been many times. I've been following this thing for a year. Do you hear me? There's this garment, you know, this is an ONYXCON style moment, you know, as they say, retail therapy, like, you know. I remember the first time I heard somebody say that phrase about 2-3 years ago. I was on set, and this homie of mine on the Miss Pat show, because I did a lot of PA work, production assistant work on that show. Hope to do some more if it's gonna happen again this year. I mean, or 26. Hopefully, we'll see. It's looking real strange in these Georgia lands, but I ain't trying to get off on all that. But anyway, I was on the show, and this homegirl, she had on this really dope, it's really the first time I ever saw collegiate looks. Collegiate looks. They have some of the best, and I mean, and no, this is not an advertisement, but I don't mind supporting them and giving a free advertisement for them because their work is amazing. And they gave me, once upon a time, a one-off, you know what I'm saying? They sent me a piece that is one of my cherished, greatest sweatshirts of all time. My Prairie View A&M, shout out to them Panthers out there in the Houston region. It's not technically Houston, it's Prairie View, but that's right next to Houston. It's in that area of Texas. HBCU, okay, historically black college, university, all right. And they were just recently in town. They had the championship game for their division, and unfortunately they lost, but you know, still congratulations to South Carolina, them Bulldogs, you know what I'm saying? South Carolina State did their thing. Shout out to them. It's a big win for them or what have you. But I tell you what, I don't know how South Carolina State's band is these days, but I know one thing. I know Prairie View stay hype, and I love the band. So that was between the band and that Panther. I love their mascot. And the colors are fresh too. They got the purple and gold. They sometimes mix in a little bit of blue, but it's mostly purple and gold and black. Man, they be sharp, y'all. They be sharp. They be sharp, you know what I'm saying? And they be blowing. They be thumping. Them drums be crump. You understand? They got a serious band. I love that band. So I got a sweatshirt from Collegiate Lux. I was talking about the company, and the girl that I went to, I'm trying to remember her name. That's crazy. It's like worked with them for a year, then they weren't back the next year. I saw them, they were moved on to something else. But Amber, that's her name, Amber. Shout out to Amber. Amber Alert. Very talented young lady, singer, writer, actress, and she was in the office at the time. But anyway, she was a big time. She's a big alum of Alabama State. Shout out ASU, okay, them Hornets, Alabama State University. Another great band, another exceptional band. You know, it's hard not to have a good HBCU band. Straight period. It's you know, I always say I don't like the phrase for the culture. I'd say for the cultures, but for the cultures of HBCU culture, band culture, man, it's just the greatest that ever will do it. Period. There's no sound like an HBCU band, and there's no band that can compete with I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. If you're talking about marching band, it don't get no better than HBCUs. Period. That's just point blank, done with it. Say what you want. It is what it is. They ain't even know. That crosses all boundaries because everybody trying to imitate it. Have y'all seen, like, even in Japan now, they have drum lines that try to do, they really are imitating. You know, Japanese cultures, they seriously will imitate. If they really love it, they will get into it to the point. I'm talking about dancing like the drum majors, doing the flips, the splits. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I saw this video, I said, what the hell? As long as they give homage to where they're getting it from, you know, I don't mind. I mind appropriation where you're not giving credit. You know where you got it from, but you don't never shout out the source. You just do it and act like we just osmosis woke up one day and started acting like y'all. No. Just don't do that. As long as you don't do that, I'm cool with it. As long as you always like, we love this, we always love this, we respect this. Okay, cool. Do what you're doing. You know, that's the way it ought to be. But, just don't forget. That's the big problem with a lot of people in humanity. They want to forget where they get things. They want to forget the origin of stuff. They want to not acknowledge the root. And you can't have a healthy tree without acknowledging the root, period. Just period. We're a human family. We acknowledge the roots and we'll always be good. That's all I got to say about that. But anyway, so she had on this Collegiate Lux shirt. That's how I found out about it. I started checking their stuff out. I got in touch with them. And I literally stayed in touch with the one person who runs their online account for Instagram for months. I mean, for months, because it took months to get an agreement about it. Because I told her, I was like, I will advertise for y'all. I will shout y'all out. I'm a professional artist in many ways. I do acting, I do editing, I do my own YouTube channel, blah, 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 blah. They like what I was offering. So eventually they got it approved, and sure as hell I got it. And I'll never forget the timing of it because it fell just in place. I'm talking about, I was going on this trip with my boys out to LA. It was a fellas trip, epic trip, historic trip, because it was the only time we ever got together like that outside of our native land of Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? And with the exception of one of the crew members, but I always say everybody's always there, even when one is missing, was not there. And but we had us a good time. We went to the Lakers game, Lakers versus Hawks, which, okay, hello, Atlanta. Come on, we Atlanta. So, unfortunately, they lost. Hawks lost, but it was just to be in LA with Atlanta playing, and we all from Atlanta, and it was just a vibe, man. So, I wore that, and I pieced together this outfit that to this day is one of my, it's one of them ones that you put in your portfolio of your records of life, or the flyest stuff you ever wore as far as style go. All right. And I mean, it was like, I had my fresh, brand new Pumas on. Okay, cat reference with that. Had the Black Panther shirt with the PV, okay, Prairie View joint. Had the Black Panther fitted cap on, which is already something I had broken in already and worn that with many other combos that it always looks fresh with. As long as there's some purple involved, it always looks good. Black involved, it looks good. And it's just, if you ain't seen it, I can't explain the fit. You got to see it. But I did all that, put that together, and it was a really great time. I felt like a superstar out there, really, though, because everybody was like, people in LA are funny. if you got a certain look, they will notice and look like everybody will start looking at you like, is he that guy from that show? Is that you get that kind of energy. So it was a fun time. It was a fun time. But said all that to say, when it comes to acquiring pieces for a collection of style and everything, and wanting to have stuff that is legendary in the closet, so to speak, for yourself. Anybody, nobody else, what you think is legendary, right? I always loved hockey jerseys, right? And I still do. And I would collect way more of them if they weren't so dadgum expensive. It don't matter what the economy is, hockey jerseys, the price don't go down. It's crazy. It's like, jerseys in general, man, original jerseys, even replica jerseys, the price be loony. It's like 200 to 150 average, That's 150 might be a sale of something because they always 200 or something. I'm talking about the pro level ones. And then there's always the debates over the quality, because I watch all these videos of these guys who are like way deeper into it than I am, because they're from like true hockey states where it's cold, or from Canada to the northern U.S., middle U.S. where it's cold in the middle and all that. These guys and gals, they bought that life for real, because they grew up on that the way we grew up on football and stuff in the South. You know what I mean? Basketball, football, baseball, whatever. All the stuff you can play when it's warm. And we don't get iced over lakes. We don't get none of that stuff that they used to, where we play hockey and stuff, So that's a different reality. But I always like the jerseys. I always like the mascots and the teams and things and the colorfulness and everything and the logos. And that's just that artist in me. So in building a collection, I'm always looking for rare stuff. I like the stuff that is, I will always say, and this is with anything in life, there's some things that are mainstream, that are general, that, I like it like everybody likes it. But 90%, that'll be like 10%. 90% of what I'm going to be after and really want to present as this is my style is going to be the stuff ain't nobody seen, or they don't see as much, or they ignored, but I noticed. That part especially. Because you'll have stuff that everybody had a chance to get it. It was there. We all in the same place. If you're into that type of stuff. Everybody saw them, but y'all ignored them. It's why I laugh all the time when I see the videos about folk who be into the shoe game and they talk about the on foot. I didn't understand it at first when I first started, dabbling in this whole sneaker world. And then I realized, it's the psychology of literally some people, until they see it on a person, it's not as attractive. It's like once they see the shoe worn by somebody, suddenly, oh man, that looks good right there. What's funny about on foot to me is it's not your foot. Everybody's foot is different. Every person is different. Their personal style is different. So what they're gonna put on with it, like if they pair a pair of jeans that you would never pair with them shoes, or a shirt you would never, like, how does that sway your opinion on the garment if it's not even your range of style when you see it on something? That's all, like, that just always cracks me up about the thing. Like, oh yeah, that does it right there. Oh yeah, that's that. Oh, whatever weirdness this is. But I tell you what, hey, I see some of these videos and they crack me up. I'm like, look at these numbers, man. Folks get these numbers from. So every now and then, it ain't even because I'm thinking that in the back of, well, maybe a little bit in the back of my mind now that I'm aware of it. But I used to do on foot. Didn't even know it was a thing. I just, I'm in the store, I put on the damn shoe. What, But I'm seeing that's a thing for some people. Like, they don't notice the shoe looks good until they see it on somebody's foot. It's crazy. Like, the shoe is dead until they see a video or a picture, a foot in the shoe. And they're like, man, those, yeah, I'm gonna get those. Symbolism and history of things. I don't want to be wearing nothing that I can't stand on as to, if I'm ever asked by anybody who I would care to elaborate the meaning to. I wouldn't give a damn about the average any old body. But if I were ever, on a style forum, so to speak, and somebody asks, well, why do you like this, or why? Then I can break down the nostalgia. I can, or I may have created one about something. And in this case, it's something that was always there, but it grew because of circumstances of other things I'm into. So here's a story of how this piece. And when I get it, I'm gonna do a whole Trust me, I'm gonna do a whole video about this thing. It's gonna be a whole presentation, just like I always do when I acquire those things that are like, I always wanted this and I finally got it, right? All right. And we are back. So, as I was saying, right? As I'm waiting on this order, all right, let me get out and walk in the falling leaves. So okay, this hockey jersey, right? It's designed like it's cut like structured like a hockey jersey, but technically they didn't say it's a T-shirt, which makes me laugh every time I've looked at this and I say, man, please tell me this thing is literally not as thin as a T-shirt. And when I get it, I'll be disappointed that I thought it was a little bit thicker, but I think they're just calling it a T-shirt, but that it's actually a thicker, like a practice jersey. Like I've come to realize there's different terms that go with, like any type of sports paraphernalia or any type of fan jerseys that go along with actual stuff. Like this is a real thing. It's for a particular purpose in the either practice or actual game. So you got levels, you got pro level, like on the ice, you got replica, you got, I was gonna say semi-pro, but really there's no difference there. I mean, a pro jersey is a pro jersey, and then you got practice jersey. Like I have a practice jersey that y'all seen me wear in my, I'm gonna say famous because it's famous to me, my famous short that I did where I was with a lady friend and I was making a joke about the whole quarter zip phenomenon and how a lot of young Black and Latino kids, urban kids, are starting to get into wearing quarter zips to the point, I've heard, I haven't seen that this is that kind of thing, but I can imagine if anything starts trending, it goes crazy. But they say you can't even find them on racks no more. You go in some stores, like they just getting ate up, like people are getting them because they want to be down with this look. And I like what it's tied to, because I think I'm not sure if this is the absolute motivation for where it started, but I have seen in like places like Chicago where there's been all this history of unfortunate, self-hate violence going on and shit for years. But with everything that's been happening lately, trying to break the city apart with all that ICE nonsense and harassing the people and stuff, people have come together, which is a great thing. It's almost like amidst the corruption of some government factions and the fact that other government factions, like the mayor, shout out to him because he's really standing strong with the people. He's supporting the people and they supporting him back. And the city is coming together as some local love. Like, yo, you're not gonna come in here and disrespect our town. And I like that. So anyway, but the kids, a lot of them have this whole motto of, stop the violence, support the community. I'm like, come on, that's what I'm damn talking about. Hell yeah. And I hope it continues, because Chicago could end up being a model for the whole United States and the world for where that kind of violence and trending, self-destruction has been going on for so many years. And I've been through stages of my life of seeing it, put the guns down, stop the drugs, all the stuff. And then, it'll last a little bit and then sometimes it'll die out again, unfortunately. But I think this time around, it has the potential of maintaining, because the culture of what's tied to it is different, very different. It's not the just randomness for randomness sake, or just, it's not just a trend. It's like people are fed up with the damn funerals and the pain. I'm just put it that simple. People are fed up, and when they realize, or have always known what the real enemy is, but just lash out at each other because that's convenient, and that's all but they realize, the game's on us time and time again, every time we participate in our own self-destruction. So it's starting to change. So anyway, this garment is ironically becoming a statement of, I want a better slice of the pie in society, and stop looking at us as thugs and all this. And look, we we can dress some of these so-called ways that are supposed to be more preppy and established and refined, and show the world our better sides and everything. So I get where it's going, and I hope it continues if that is genuinely the point, and that it has all the intention of staying on the right track. I love it. So anyway, that's that. So said all that to say, yeah, we on some huge tangents today. Running on huge tangents, but still making points, right? I was saying that when it comes to this video I did, that's what it was. I was talking about a lady friend of mine who was like rubbing on my chest as I had on my hockey jersey, but up underneath it, I had the quarter zip joint. So that's why I mentioned the whole quarter zip thing. And I was just talking about, y'all talking about quarter zips changing everything. Because there's been jokes made about it too, like real funny stuff. A lot of black comedians, Latino comedians. Like one of the funniest ones I've seen. And I don't know this brother's name. I wish I knew his name, but if y'all follow a lot of stuff on social media, y'all know what I'm talking about. But I think the dude is I don't even think he's Latin. I think he's like Indian, but he could pass for Latino. And, I know how that goes as an actor. If you got a certain look, like it happens all the time. I wish it didn't happen as much with Latinos, honestly, because I think, unless the person is a great actor, like one example, I would say the brother, and I forget his name, but he's actually Maori, which are the indigenous people of Aotearoa, which is New Zealand. But if you've seen Training Day, the famous scene where the white cop was left by Denzel's corrupt character to be killed by the Cholo gang, he looks outside, he playing the card game, and he's like, ain't nobody out there for you, Holmes. And he's like, oh shit, like these dudes, he done set me up. These fools gonna kill me. And they got him in the bathroom, and they was about to take him out. He dude cocked the shotgun, but then the other guy said, wait, hold up. How you get this wallet on you? He had the girl's wallet from the girl he had saved earlier in the day, and it happened to be his niece. So the dude spared his life, if you remember that scene in Training Day. So the guy who was the head of the Cholo gang in Training Day, he's not Mexican. That dude he's from Aotearoa. He's New Zealand. He's Maori. You feel me? So this is just making that little quick reference right quick, because it even blew my mind when I found that out many, many years ago. I've been knowing that for years, but it shocked me. I was like, wait a minute, what? He played that role so good. He had his Spanish down. I mean, his accent was so, that's just a real actor. That's a real thespian, man. That brother went in on that role. I swear to God, oh man. I was like, yeah, he's straight East LA. No, man. Homie is not from LA. He is not Cholo. That's not what he grew up in, but he understands some stuff. He did his work. He did the work. He studied. He got in the role. That's what it is if you're a real actor. So I respect that. Anyway, like I said, I wish I knew his name by heart. But y'all, if you know the movie Training Day, you know who I'm talking about. But he's not Mexican. He's Maori. Shout out to the Maori. Shout out to New Zealand. Shout out to Aotearoa. I always say that first. Always, New Zealand. Yeah. That's colonizer talk. We're gonna get if we know the real name, we're gonna say the real name. Most of the time we don't even know it. So we gotta just keep saying what we know. But hey, if I know better, I'm gonna do better. The real word is Aotearoa, land of the long white cloud. Oh, y'all didn't know it get that deep. I told you, man. This is Joseph R. Wheeler III, artist, founder, and president of ONYXCON. Stop playing with me. This ain't preschool, baby. This is doctor's degree. You understand? This doctorate over here. This ain't just math. It's doctorate. That's for real talk. Stop playing. Grown man in the house. These silver hairs is real. Anyway, so what I was saying about the quarter zip and the shirt and all that. I had on a hockey jersey in that video too. And it's for a team that unfortunately, I say unfortunately because I really would have wanted to see a game from them when I found out about it. I was like, man, it would be dope to go to a game. Like I've never technically been to a hockey game. And I'm gonna change that in 26. I think I'm gonna make this the year. I'm gonna see all this stuff I always was curious about. I wanna go to a hockey game. I wanna go to a rugby game. I wanna go to Hell, I ain't never been to a soccer game, quite frankly. Well, I tell you, what am I saying? No, excuse me. Don't do that to myself. I played soccer when I was in 3rd grade, but you know what I'm saying, professionally, I've never been to a professional, because our games were damn sure not professional. I saw this video just the other day, had me laughing so it was the cutest shit that I've seen all week. It was these, and that was just by chance. It came up in the algorithm. I think it's because I had been watching a few videos with soccer stuff, so they were just like, "Oh, you like soccer? Okay, here's some more soccer." I was like, "Damn, what is this? Huh? What is this?" And I don't even know where it was. It was somewhere. I do know it was somewhere in what is considered Latin America. That's all I can say, because I know from the way the geography looked and the phenotypes of the people in the video, I know what I was looking at. And it was like these little kids were playing a soccer game, and they had to have been like, I mean, they were peewee, you know, I'm talking about little kids, like super little. And this little boy was a goalie, and I remember playing goalie, and I laughed because it made me laugh because it reminded me of me and my friends when I played in 3rd grade. They waiting on somebody to come down and try to get a score. He's diving on the ball. Sometimes he get it, sometimes he miss. But either way, whether he miss or not, he get up and he do a dance. He just start dancing, and all the moms are on the side cracking up and just loving it. And of course, every time a kid falls, mom runs in, picks him up, and get them back in the game. They were smaller than us. This wasn't even, like I said, I played in 3rd grade. We were bigger than that. These were some little pee-wee. It was the funniest damn video. The little boy was dancing, him and his buddy, because one of them's the goalie, one of them's the other goalie, and I remember that's how we were. It was 2 of us. And we would just be down there acting silly and telling stories and talking about movies and shows and whatever. And then we like, oh, wait a minute, we gotta get ready. Here they come. And if we could get it, we get it. If we didn't, we didn't care. Go back to talking. So that's how this video was. So anyway, yeah, I'm taking y'all on a whole, on purpose. I'm just being fun with it today, man. I don't even care if I'm on a tangent. I know some of y'all like, what about the jersey? We're getting back to it, okay? We're getting back to it. It takes time. I'm having fun. Real life. Keeping my lips from getting chapped too, because it's cold out here. Cocoa butter, y'all. Cocoa butter. It works. It's real good. It's natural. All right. So anyway, I was okay. So I was talking about this jersey, right? It was a team in Canada, semi-pro team. They were in I think it's called Van Houten. And they were in another city too. They moved twice, and then their seasons and their reign ended, unfortunately, like I say. And they used to have an online shop with their jerseys, the pro grade ones, that always were about 150 USD. And I used to look and say, man, I gotta get me one of these things one day. And I just put it on my life wish list. It don't even be a right now wish list. I have a list of stuff that's just on my life wish list. It's like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And the funny thing about it is, it helps me not to make impulse buys, because there's always, some stuff you think you want. You might want it now, a year from now, you might still want it, but then something else you might want even more. So it's like, okay, if I get that money, which one would you buy first? It forces you to be really like, what really matters? Which one is the one of ones, like for real? And it teaches you the discipline of that, so you don't get caught up in just being so random about it. You like get real serious about, hey, only what I know I absolutely am gonna wear, enjoy, whatever, or is the right price, is gonna be worth the money and the sacrifice of time and energy I gotta expel to get the resources to afford it. Which is why I have the phrase, and I constantly say, so don't come around me with that little kitty mess I hear folks saying when they talk about fits and everything. They be talking about, oh, you know what I'm saying, wearing a little something light. Ain't nothing light. Everything heavy. That's my phrase. If you take it, remember where you got it from. Give respect to your uncle, okay? Give respect to your silver fox in ATL. Give respect to the main man right here, right now, what I'm telling you, Okay, if you're gonna start saying it, because I know how people are. People like to claim your shit and act like they came up with it because it's clever. No, don't do that. Don't be a. There's nothing weaker than being the person that doesn't give credit where credit's due. Because worst part about it is most people who real gonna be like, man, you ain't make nothing. That's Joseph said that. Exactly. Nothing light, everything heavy. Everything heavy. Because it take too much to get it, man. I don't care how, if a little effort is still a lot. What seems like a little effort is always still a lot because it took time for you to get the skills to make it seem like it's light. It didn't take much. You know, no, there's no such thing. No such thing as light. Everything heavy, baby. Okay? So anyway, I saw this jersey. Like I said, it says in its description, jersey t-shirt, but I know it's not the thinness of a t-shirt. Or even if it is like a thick t-shirt, it's still not, you know, it's not loosey-goosey. It put it like this, it don't wrinkle easily, you know what I'm saying? It's polyester, I believe. So I know already, it's typical jersey fabric. Sturdy enough, but it's probably just as thick as a practice jersey, or what is typically known as a practice jersey, which tend to be a little bit more thin. And I have one like that team I was just talking about, the Van Houten, the Ice. It's a thin one. Even the patch for the mascot is a little thinner than your average hockey jersey. It's not a thick plate that when you sit down and you move, it just stays in place. It bends a little bit, but it's pretty hard, and it's a crest. It's you feel that thing. No, it's more. It's got a little more bend to it. So in that case, I think that's what this is. I won't know until I get it. I'm definitely not gonna have it by Christmas, which ain't no problem. It's still a holiday gift in my mind. I don't care when I get it, as long as I get it. I know it's on the way. And like I say, I've been thinking about buying this over a year, and I made it a little game of seeing how low it would get, because when I found it was in clearance. And it was already like, say, if I remember right, maybe about 30, maybe right at $30 when I first saw it, right? But originally it was like 70, or when it first really came out, probably 100, So I was like, okay, damn, this is a nice deal. And what got me is, so it's a Boston Bruins thing. Shout out to Boston, anybody. Again, I'm not a serious hockey fan or any of that. I just love jerseys. So but the reason I liked it is, I'm into nature. I am one with nature. We are all, whether you acknowledge that or not, we are all one with the rest of nature. And so ever since I was a kid, my nickname in my family, one of my nicknames as a little kid was Bear. So I always liked bears, but I like bears anyway. Okay, and there's a whole nother lineage of that and everything, but more importantly, just I grew up, studying these certain animals, and it kind of automatically was on my personal totem. And so I always had a bear spirit about me in some ways, right? So I like bears, and it's the Boston Bruins. A Bruin is a bear. And so did you know also, the oldest team in the NHL is the Boston Bruins, if I remember correctly from my research. Okay? That blew my mind. I was like, wow, the oldest? But then, of course, being Black American, knowing some of the true history of how hockey developed in Canada, and coming out of, a mix of many cultural histories coming together, and Black Canadians having a large part of that history. Matter of fact, what they call the slap shot started with Black players in Canada. Yeah, you heard right. Some folk can't deal with this stuff because they're so racist. They gave themselves this lie their whole life that they did everything. So when they find out the truth, they crumble. They just and they melt like the Wicked Witch getting water thrown on them. But that's good, though. They need to melt. It's time to melt away all the stupidity, because it's not helping us as a species to stay stupid, okay? It is not helping us as a species, as the human family, to stay stupid. We can't do this more. We can't go another 50, another 20 years, not even 100, being this ridiculous. And to know that there's still people amongst us that have so much hate and disregard for other humanity, they can't face the truth of what we've all contributed in different ways. So no, so knowing what that is in hockey and how much there can be and has been a history of racism, but I also see efforts to change that in the NHL, and I commend that. You know, San Jose Sharks, unless they've changed their ownership, their head of the team is a black man who used to play, who became the head of that team, which is, I've always liked that jersey anyway. So when I found this out, it was just like, okay, I gotta get that jersey now. Gotta get that jersey. But I always liked the Sharks. I like Sharks, and I always thought it was a dope. I mean, I remember when that first came out. I think I was in high school when they first came out. And I know I was in about high school when Florida Panthers came out, because I remember when that jersey came out, and I always liked that. I always thought that was pretty funky. And it's just bright and bold. And I like their newer versions even more. But yeah, you know. And I've always loved teams like Nashville Predators. That saber-tooth tiger is the ish. Still want that one. Bad. Want that real bad. The Sabres, the Bison, love a Buffalo, anything, you know, like, you know, realistic Buffalo logos I like. Like I always say, the NFL, Buffalo need to change their little Buffalo. It looks kind of, it's dated, man. It's just dated. It's time for an update. You don't have to change the team name. It's dope. Y'all are Buffalo. You got the Bison. That's dope. Buffalo, New York. Come on, that's dope. What's not dope is the way that logo looks. It's lame. You need a new, you need a new animal. It needs to be. I like realistic looking stuff, man. I like stuff, or even if it's stylized, it's got to be so unique that you like, oh, don't nobody have that but y'all. So anyway, back to my theory about this jersey, this Bruins joint. It's a Boston Bruins commemorative, like I say, probably practice heavy jersey. And on the way, can't wait to get it. I'm gonna show y'all when I get it. I'm gonna make a whole video about it, do an unboxing. I'll probably be running around doing something. I'm gonna make sure I have some fun with it and make a really nice video with it. I even had this fitted cap that I bought. Again, outfits be coming together over time. At least I've learned this. Used to be, you know, oh man, I want to get it all at the same time and put it on for this certain thing I got in mind. I'm just walking. So anyway, you know, put it all on at one time. Yeah, that's the dream, but it don't always go that way. Hold up. Is that my order? No. But I need to tell them I'm here, because y'all wasting time today. I don't know why they got to be like this or this. I know it's the holidays and all that, but God. Too much, man, too much. Let's get to the work. Let's go. Half the day gone and still ain't got the first order off with these folks. They slow as hell today. What the hell? Hey. Okay, he's still walking. Are you headed towards my car? That's all I need to know. I gotta talk to him. I gotta see what's up. Let him know if y'all need me, I'm right here. Be right. All right, y'all. Here's what I got next. They say I got next. Mine's supposed to be coming out, so I'm about to really finally hit the doggone road. Let's go. But as I was saying, so I got this jersey, right, on the way. And some symbolism for me beyond just liking bears was that if you didn't know, now you know. Cyberpunk 2077. Michael Pondsmith's epic vision. Always give Mike his props. As they expand as a company, let me give you the whole history. Mike Pondsmith's company is Artalsorian. They are the tabletop gaming company that created the entire world of what became Cyberpunk 2077, the video game, Cyberpunk 2077, Edge Runners, the amazing anime that's on Netflix and all of that. But all of that wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Mike Pondsmith's epic vision. He is the source of it all. He is the Lucas to the Star Wars for that, you understand? What Star Wars is for Lucas, that's what Mike Pondsmith is for Cyberpunk 2077. Know that. All right. Salute to that black man's legacy. And I always mention that he's black because unfortunately, it shouldn't have to matter, but we have to acknowledge our folk because folk gonna get ignored just cause. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, that too. No, that too. Mention it, say it, show it. I'm me hiding who he is. I want everybody to know who this man is and acknowledge it. Because you got so many people taking for granted our impact and our presence. And that's, again, like I say, it's a detriment to all humanity to keep playing these stupid games as we get older in this thing called life. It don't help nobody to stay stupid. We need to embrace each other and know about each other's accomplishments and enhancements to each other's life, where we all play a part as a human family. You feel me? So anyway, shout out to Mike Pondsmith. So anyway, the gaming company is CD Projekt Red, Polish gaming company. Shout out to them that put it to life on the level it's at and the reason why it's so famous. Thing about it is, they now have U.S. branches. They have a studio somewhere in California, but they also have one in where? Boston. Okay, so like I said, I ain't never been to Boston. I will go to Boston someday. I'd love to go to Boston to see that studio. I really would. I'd love to be an invited guest and do a tour of that thing because I'm just that much of a fan of everything cyberpunk. But so when I get this jersey, it's not only a shout out to my love of bears and all that. It's to a city that, whether I've been there or not, it's the connection to knowing in the next 5 years we're gonna get Cyberpunk 2, and it'll be because of that studio, especially that is focused on making that game in Boston. So shout out Boston, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be rocking that. Like when I wear, if I get it, if I can find anything online, I'm gonna find me a iron-on embroidered logo of the Cyberpunk logo, if I can find that, or anything that would fit on that jersey. And I'm gonna put it because like it has some space on both. On one arm, it's got like the date of when the league founded the Bruins and all that. So that's that piece of history. Because it's the old Bruin, it's the old bear, and that's what I loved about it. It looks like an old drawing from 1930 something or whatever the hell year the team came out. Because it's old, and it's just got that vintage, really cool, unique look. So I really like that. I really like that. So, like I said, I'm gonna put some stuff on that thing. I'm gonna patch it up if I can, and give it all the symbolism, give my different references to different things. Might even put the year of me getting it, being that I'm in my 50s, like put 50 on there, put 50 on there, and then people be like, what's all this mean? That represents me, that represents my love for Cyberpunk, and the second game is being made in Boston. What's up? So anybody that deep with it gonna understand when they see it. They be like, oh, that's heavy right there. I like that. Hell yeah. What I mean? Yeah. Y'all. As I was saying, so I got that Bruins joint on the way, y'all. I'm gonna be saluting that 5-year trek we got. My goal is to just add more muscle and still be the same slim waist 5 years from now, so I can still wear that jersey because I got like a size large, which usually fits me just right. And yeah, I'm gonna be sporting that thing when Cyberpunk 2 come out. And who knows what else I'll have to put with a fit and say, yeah, I'm part of this, and I'm proud of this, and I love this. And that's what we do when we wear certain paraphernalia. It's a shout out to things we love, man, and for various reasons. It's all about the nostalgia. That's how I am about sports apparel in general. Like, I don't just get a team simply because of the team most of the time. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's as simple as a player or a game I saw that just really wowed me with the athletic prowess of what was witnessed and how magical the moments in that game or whatever, right? But a lot of times it's my personal tie to a place and people there. And that's my way of shouting them out in my own mind. It's like when I see, as much as I love, and then you got, first of all, you got to look fly from beginning to end. Is your logo fresh? Is whatever it is. I'm not going to just wear it just because. I mean, if stuff ugly, there's other ways to shout you out. I ain't gonna wear your stuff just cause, I want to shout out my boy from there. Yeah, well, this shit ugly. It's like, I ain't gonna wear it. I ain't gonna wear it. I need some freshness, man. I need some fresh. So, Jaguars, Jacksonville, man, I couldn't be prouder of them. Every time they win, I'd be grinning from ear to ear because I got family down there, and I said when they got Hunter and everybody else they got, I said this gonna make a difference for y'all this year. And look at it doing what I said it do. Man, please, they gonna be in the playoffs. They gonna mess around. I mean, it's a league. The league is different. Everything's about, unfortunately, about who's on the injury list and all kind of weird stuff like that get in the way of the actual play, and it can literally determine whether or not your team makes it or not. So Jacksonville got close. I forget how many years ago that was. They got close before. Or did they? I'm trying to remember. One of them years, did they go to the Super Bowl? It's vague, honestly. I admit it's vague in my mind, but I remember this, and I was rooting for them. Now I know they didn't win, but man, that would be amazing. Like, for who seems to be a contender and who's left, for me, it's like Jacksonville. I'm with them. Baltimore done shot their chance, unfortunately, but I still rock with my man number 8, man. He just can't stay off the injury list. They done got him. They done, like I said, they done figured out the formula. Keep them injured, and you ain't gotta worry about them. They can't be a threat if they hurt. Simple as that. And if you ain't got nobody backing you, I mean, like it's life or death, man. We gotta block this. We gotta save this man. We gotta protect this man. If it ain't like that, what happens is what's happened. Okay? So, like I say, I like Baltimore, but it is what it is. Rocking with Jaguars, rocking with Detroit, rocking with Philly, of course. You know what I'm saying? Hurts put a hurt on them. Put that hurting on them. Detroit still trying to let y'all know they mean it. So I like that. Carolina done showed up. I done seen. I was surprised. Okay, so I don't know if they'll make it, but I think they gonna surprise some folk. They'll make some weird moments. These are the teams that gonna mess it up for everybody, for somebody else who just thought they had it made. That'd be them kind of teams, right? They take all kinds in a season. And then I say the Bears. I mean, what the hell, the Bears, man? The Bear energy. The Bears on fire, man. They doing some weird stuff this year. It's amazing. So salute. Gotta give them all their props for what they did this year and what their quarterback is doing and what the team as a whole is doing. They on some other stuff this year, and I love to see an underdog. I love to see a comeback out of nowhere. What the hell, we didn't think. Because I relate to that in my own life. Like, oh, you slept on this? Well, watch this. ONYXCON. Pow! Like I keep saying, we're going to hit that 5,000. We're going to have 5,000 going into the new year. Because that's the kind of numbers we getting regular from all y'all who showing proper love. We got, 7 loves up in here right now. Thank you. That ain't usual. I count them, man. People might think, what's that? But what is that? That's 7. What's 7? How many letters in ONYXCON? Yo, it's divinity. That's all. That's all that is. It's meant to be. You can get that 8 too. Infinity. What? Numbers have power. They got energy, y'all. I'm telling you, it's real. It's serious. It is so serious. And we here for it. It's going to happen. This is the year. I have to monetize in 2026. I got to make it make sense. I've been at it too long. Over 5 years. They say 5 years is the average for a channel to monetize. I'm overdue. I'm in like 6 or something, It's crazy. Because literally, like 2018 is where it really caught on fire with me doing it regular. 19 for sure. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It's been 8. I mean, you can really say 7 and 8. Whichever you want. I mean, like I say, it really started for me 2018 as far as really, putting up posts with intent. But I got serious about it in 2019. I gotta go. I gotta do it. I gotta post every day. I gotta try to post every day. I gotta get this content. And I've been on that ever since. So if you just want to start at 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, man, that's 7 years. 7 is the number for ONYXCON. That's our number. So this is, infinity. 26 is infinity. What? 20 what? 2 plus 6 is what? I said 2 plus 6 is what? 8. Infinity. I'm telling you. 2020 vision into the infinity. And if you want to go ahead and add the 2, 8 plus the 2 is what? 1 and 0. It's the reboot, baby. Binary number. Reboot. 0 and 1. Let's go. This is it. This is that year. I'm telling you. 26. It's the high ground, baby. We going all the way. Have to. No doubt about it. Got to. It's been overdue. It's here. It's finally here. We going all out, man. We going all out in 26. I got so many plans for y'all. Y'all have no idea what we're going to do on this channel, but I'm telling you what we're going to do. Like I'm telling you about this fashion part, ONYXCON style, which is not just, clothing and stuff. It's environments, it's interior design, it's architecture. All that is part of the style when we say style. I'm going to start showcasing that more. We might do home tours. I got friends who got some really dope houses. If they wouldn't mind me coming through, we're going to do like some cribs type episodes. You know what I mean? Like for real. Come on. ONYXCON style. Let's go. ONYXCON style, baby. We're going to do a fashion show. I mean, I always say I want to do a fashion show, but like I know people who would do it. I'm talking about they just go in their own closet, like pick your best pieces, and we're going to walk it out somewhere. We're going to get a little space and do it. Right here in the ATL, somewhere in the metro. 2026. I'm telling y'all, this is the game plan. This is some stuff on the wish list. Usually I keep it to myself, but when the years come out to turn, it's high energy. I want y'all behind it. I want y'all energetic to want to see it happen as bad as I want it to happen. So I'm telling you the game plan. I'm giving you the game plan on purpose because I want you to back it up. I want you to hit them subscribe buttons. I want you to hit that like button. I want you to watch content. If you watching, we winning. If you just, breezing through, that ain't doing us no favors for real. It just sprinkles the top of the cake. It ain't the cake. We need the cake. We need the cake. Hello? And if you want to help us not have to wait on monetization, I always say anytime you can give. Everybody always talk about my Patreon. I ain't got a Patreon. That's person way too damn many. So I just stay. I'm focused. I done chosen my lanes. And I got friends that be telling me, you gotta do TikTok. I don't have to do any goddamn thing but what I'm doing. Stop talking about other fucking apps. I'm on TikTok, but fuck TikTok. Oh, damn, did I say that? Yeah, I did. Because why? Because it ain't doing me no favors, man. I've been on TikTok. It ain't done me no favors. Yes, you see numbers. People do respond a little bit more in terms of you just seeing a bunch of people look at something. But in terms of something that monetizes, no, man, it ain't doing me no favors. The truth of the matter is, even when people complain on YouTube, YouTube is still paying. I see top producers, people who got monetized channels, been monetized on here. For years, they've been doing it. They may have had better years. I understand that. I done been through my times of better and wish it were more. And I tell y'all all the time about how I've been a PA on Miss Pat's show, right? Shout out to Miss Pat, the whole crew, the whole staff, everything. Fun show to have been on and still might be on. I love being on that show. I learned a lot on that show. Met a lot of amazing legends on that show, okay? Actors, behind the scenes people, you name it. Met a lot, hell of a lot. But the fact that when I started, I worked almost the whole season as a PA. The next year, they had cutbacks. Last year is what I'm talking about. They had cutbacks. It wasn't the same. Nothing was the same. I'm talking about last year. It was this year. Feels like last year. It was this year, because the year before there was the really solid year. Then this year, all these cutbacks, man, it wasn't what it was. Because it's at the beginning. Everything that happens at the beginning of the year tends to get vague in my mind. I remember it like it's another year. If it happens in January or February, it always does that in my mind. I always forget it was this year. It was just the early part of the year. But anyway, when I got on there, it wasn't a lot. It wasn't as much work. The budget done changed. The industry has changed. Georgia's film business has changed, and we were all seeing the result. I say all of us because there was a lot of us wanting to get that work, and they put us on rotation, meaning you get a couple of days, they get a couple of days, then you get a couple of days again, and and then if somebody's got weird availability, you in there. For anybody who said, well, I don't know, what am I? Well, Joseph ready to work. Okay, cool. But it was only a little bit versus I was getting weeks of work solid. This is good paying work. You understand? So yeah, that sucks. But because I've been through that, okay, when I hear people complain on YouTube about, man, because I'm used to getting these numbers and now I'm only getting these numbers. I understand. That is always frustrating. I get it. But that's why you, as they say, you save up, you plan up, and more importantly, you just keep your mind right about what you're on. You don't own this. None of us do. This thing could change. I mean, my biggest nightmare is what if some regulation came through where they just don't allow us to do this no more? Oh my God. And you done put in years and gave them all this chunk of your life, all your whole life on, I mean, not the whole life, but a big ass piece of your life is online forever. And you don't get nothing from it? No, that's, man, come on now. Come on now. You talking about a lawsuit that would be epic. And I think they know that, so they don't ever want to push that. That's not their intent, but I don't think that nothing's impossible is all I'm saying. Stranger things happen. All it takes is, I mean, we're in a real weird situation as a country right now. I noticed that every time it's political season, you get a lot of commercials from that side of things that I don't want to see pushing that nonsense. But I say to myself, well, let them have a little piece of that. Maybe that'll keep them calm enough to leave this alone and let us still have freedom of speech and say what we want to say about it. Because if they ever just get to the point where I just feel like, and it's possible with the way this goofy is acting, I just want to do this and I'm going to make it where you got to pay to even be on it, or you got to, oh man, it could just be all kind of stuff. And because it's the government versus a business, hey, if enough other businesses are backing them up, because that's all it comes down to, the corporations really run everything, then, we live in a cyberpunk world, I always say. So, it's, man, hey, anything's possible. Let's just hope for the best is all I can say about that. Let's hope that it'll stay what it is, freedom, and you can say what you need to say. If you want to say something, speak how you speak, whether people agree with you or not. You got a platform to say what you got to say, right? Now, we do know that there's gatekeeping. It's a fact. We do know that. I think that's one of my reasons why my stuff ain't monetized so quick, quite frankly. Because when I get on these type of topics, I notice them videos don't get pushed the same. If I want to talk about, latest rap album, some ratchet ass rapper or some girl showing her ass or whatever. Oh yeah, I love that. Yay. Yeah. Okay. Cool with that. When you talk about, but if you could start getting into the real behind the scenes of what the bones of this thing, the structure of this thing, the corruption of this thing, oh, okay, all right, that's too serious. We don't want all that truth out there. Would you please calm down? Stop telling everybody the truth. No, we're not. We can't. And there's too many other people doing it. So why is it suddenly we're the enemy when we got something to say? No. Give us our lane and let us all speak. We can all have our moment. Shouldn't be, that way. Everybody got a right to say what they got to say. Say what you're going to say. Now, audience-wise, that's on. Hey. And we back in. As we say in the film biz, we back in. Go tell a friend. Yeah. Shout out to my crazy buddy Walter. That's who really says that. One of my PA legend and now a assistant director, AD legend in the biz. You're from Atlanta and you know any real people, you know who I'm talking about. There's only one. And he always says that. So I had to thought, I was like, I say it like I just think that's something everybody says, but it might be something only he mainly says and other people started saying it. So I want to give props, you know what I'm saying? That's who I heard first say it. The way he say it. So I like to say that phrase. When you're in camera, anything dealing with the camera rolling, camera's back rolling, we talking, we chatting it up, all right? So, you know what I'm saying, we back in, go tell a friend. So, continuum, as I was saying about how people are about, being on YouTube. Like, I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers today, and he said, I want to say her name. Yeah, because I'm not dissing. I never dissed the homie. I've never met this brother. Let me say it. When I say homie, I'm saying homie in the sense of he feels familiar, like somebody I would definitely get along with if I ever met the brother. Okay? And I'm big on shouting people out when they deserve a shout out, right? And he deserves a shout out because he's a good dude. And I've seen him do amazing things with his channel that some people just don't do, for the type of content he's doing. But the brother, check in effect, man. Shout out, okay? So you hear the way I said, I started out giving nothing but love. So if anybody else want to misconstrue what I got to say, they just ain't listening. Because I'm giving love from day one. So, and Check, let me tell you something. Check is so cool. I shouted him out on Instagram. He followed ONYXCON. I said, that's what I'm talking about. So of course I followed back. But I'm just saying, some people don't do that. Like, you shout them out, hell, they might thank you for the shout and still won't follow you. Like, it's like, damn, what the hell? Can I get the follow too? I mean, if I was cool enough to shout back at, do you think maybe, you know? But then again, maybe they don't necessarily. Then I had to remember my own rule about that. If your content ain't speaking to me, it ain't personal. It's just you into stuff I ain't into, and that might be it. Like, you know, I mean, I don't see how that's possible because I do travel, I do all this other stuff, and if the other person does travel, why would you not? Like, ain't all I do. So maybe you're looking at the rest of it saying, well, I could care less about comics, or I don't care about music reviews, or I don't care about movie reviews, or whatever it is that don't work for you. Maybe it's just not enough. You see me fishing, you like it, but you don't love it. So maybe that ain't enough for you to want to subscribe. Okay, fine, great. But then I always laughingly say this about people who can be that picky about it. Somebody else that is more famous do 10 times, do everything I'm doing times 10, and at the same margin of occurrence, and they can get all the love just because they're more famous, and people just want to be aligned with the famous stuff instead of understanding. Do you understand you make things more famous by every time you support it? And it's not about fame, it's about actual quality, you know? So if the person's doing quality work and you can see that, represent for them now, support them now. Don't wait till they blow up and jump, be a bandwagon rider. Don't be that person, man. Be the person who saw them being dope from day one and was like, you know what, man, I like this person's energy. I like what they about. I'm gonna rock with them now. That's real. When people talk about what's real is your heart, what's your mindset, not, well, what would the most people that I don't even freaking know, what are they doing, what's trending? Because when you follow trend, that's all you're doing. You're trying to guess what the rest of everybody else is thinking because they all seem to be, and all they doing is bandwagons. It's a bunch of bandwagons. That's not real fandom. Real fandom is from the heart. You like something, you love it. It don't matter what no one else think of it, period. I mean, nobody, family, friends, nobody else got to understand it but you. You like it, I'm with that. Subscribe, I'm with that. Like, that's dope. I said it's dope. I like them shoes. What I was talking about when I first started this live, I was talking about people who can't make a decision for themselves about whether or not they like a shoe until they see it on foot. I gotta see it on somebody else. Why you gotta see somebody else wear a shoe? It's gonna look different on your foot. You know, you wear a wide, they wear, I mean, I don't wear a wide. Like, that makes a difference, you know, how it looks. It may not even fit. You know, so it's like, it's all of that, yo. It's all of that. People got to be honest about it. So anyway, Brother Check was talking about on a live I saw earlier that he's having issues with YouTube. And I'm realizing this is happening with a lot of major people that I really respect. And I'm hurting for them because I don't like that, man. I don't like hearing them be upset because it makes me feel like not only is that just sad for somebody I respect their channel and I want them to grow. And I've been a subscriber for years. Been watching their videos for years, been liking their videos for years. I don't understand how somebody could be that beneficial to this thing and the channel, the company itself don't promote them. Like, you got nothing to lose to help these people win. Why are you gatekeeping their channels? Why are you, like, because he was saying he's having an issue of, he's used to getting like, this just blew my mind when he said this. He said 50,000 is his average number because he has 500 something thousand subscribers. I said, damn, it must be nice. What? Oh my gosh, yes. Right? I knew he was up there. I didn't realize he was there. I said, God damn, man, over 500,000. That's amazing. And he should be a million. Him, Ace Live, Zoe, all these cats should have a million, man. I give them their props, man, because it's. You may not like, you don't have to like every video that they made. You don't have to like everything they're doing. It's the general human being you're getting with all those guys. You know, they, for the most part, you know, my man, Richie Mack, all these cats, you know, Zoom to Tyler, these cats should have, Isaiah Bradley, what, my man, good God, that boy is a information hub. For Thailand, young brother, I don't know if you'll ever see me doing that, but it's still going to be here for you whenever you get around to it. Maybe in the cosmos forever till somebody, hey man, somebody was talking about it. Send it to him, let him know, nothing but love, man. His channel is amazing. And the sister, I'm forgetting her name. Lord have mercy, see her beautiful face. The reason I found out about her is he interviewed her. Gorgeous sister, was military, ex-military, ex-corporate, now living in Thailand. Her channel is wonderful. She's freaking beautiful. She's like a supermodel. She's gorgeous. Black woman, look like she might be on the tall side. She can still get all the hugs she wants. She's so pretty, but she's a sweetheart, and I love her message. I actually, she said something one time. It resonates with my soul. Like she was talking about, the importance of this. If you want to live this expat life, you know who you are. You need to get started. And I said, damn, baby. Like I felt that shit. And she said, you know who you are. I was like, damn, why you gotta say it like that? Like, yeah, I know it's me. Yeah. That's how that felt coming from her. Oh my gosh. These people should have millions, but they all getting gatekept in different ways. It pisses me off because I'm like, yo, we should already be there. And I say we, I'm nowhere near their numbers, but I know the quality of my content. If the audiences that like their stuff all knew about me, I'd have my numbers. But I'm always trying to find y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I know what they're going through, and I know what he was talking about. And it's sad to hear it direct from somebody telling you, oh, it's real. When you feel like your stuff is being limited, it is. And he says he thinks it's because he's being hacked somehow. And I do think that's more so what might be happening for a lot of us. And we don't even know how. I don't know nothing about all that. I don't know how people can hack you to that level, but it's possible. It is possible. And I don't doubt it when people say they that. Get a cloudy blanket over the sky, blacking out the sun. That kind of day, right before we hit Christmas. Kind of cool too. Not cold, but it's cool. It's just a cool day. Come on, phone. Connect, connect, connect. Connect, connect, connect. Oh boy, I just had the funniest moment. I'm out here in this trailer park that I didn't even know where I